Candace Owens is the GOAT, but Larry Elder, he's the OG.
And you ain't black.
Oh, no.
Every poll shows me way ahead.
You ain't black.
The overwhelming narrative from standard media, whether it's mainstream media news or just pop culture, whether you like it or not, is what Undercover Brother was actually making fun of. Like people, instead of making fun of it, actually believing it. Okay. So when you came to this realization, this baptism, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you said it, not me.
We spoke about earlier.
I said rose-colored glasses, but let's go with it.
You know, when you guys, converted this different mindset, there's always somebody that usually inspires you towards it, or pulls you through it, or introduces you to it. Did you have anybody that you just really latched onto that? Thought, okay, they get it right.
Yeah.
Who?
CO, Candace Owens.
CO.
CO.
Oh, she's got her own.
The GOAT.
Yeah,
the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yes.
Candace Owens, really?
Absolutely. She came out.
Oh, but come on, there's tons of people. Really?
Yeah. Look, there are the Larry Elders of the world. There are those type of people that, even.
Yeah, he's the original gangster. He's the one that converted Dave Rubin.
He
converted Dave Rubin.
Which was a fantastic
He is
interview,
Okay, Candace Owens is the GOAT, but Larry Elder, he's the OG.
He's the OG.
He's the OG.
Triple
Okay, cool.
OG.
Rock on. I can deal with that.
Yeah. Classify him differently.
There we go. Absolutely.
Okay, but Candace Owens is the one that did it for you.
Absolutely.
Get out of town. What was it?
Her tenacity and strength. Like when you see this woman talk, and she will hold her own. Yeah. It's an army of one. It's like that old school movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger taking on scores of enemies, just shooting them down, gunning them down.
By herself, single-handedly. She's a strong black woman that literally went up against it all. And I think that's what it is when it comes to the black conservative movement, is that that's what we are. We're David against Goliath. And that's what she showed. She did that single-handedly.
Yeah. On a consistent, there's been so many times she's brought onto the Senate floor or up in the halls of Congress, and she is ripping left and right. And I'm just like, this woman. I remember seeing this one interview with that she was having, and she was just going in and
the one where she's talking about how every 4 years the Democratic Party wants to
start
problems with the black community, and it needs to stop because they're using us every single time. Yeah, no, for political game. Yep.
Oh yes, and you see the panel of representatives. The Democrats, they stink face.
Yeah.
They stink face. But the Republicans are just sitting back like, that's my girl. That's my girl. And that's the thing, because you look at it and you're so proud. You're so proud. She's a strong black woman. That's what, you always hear in the hood, oh, I'm a strong black woman. You can't handle me. It's like, wait a minute. You're something else that's not a strong black woman. You're just ignorant. This is a strong black woman. Yeah. This is what a strong black woman is.
I want my daughter to look up to Candace Owens. I do not want her listening to WAP.
You got it.
Well, couldn't we just have both? Like maybe listen to WAP, and then just act like Candace Owens,
my daughter listening to no daggone WAP.
Boom, I'm down with the beat. Just don't listen to the lyrics. You know what I'm
saying? You got to keep it 100. You can't be fake. So you got to pick a side. Pick a side.
I'll pick Candace Owens aside any day, all day.
With me, it wasn't anybody political, public figure or whatnot, but it was my uncle and my grandfather. My grandfather, he was a former Marine for Vietnam. He taught me God and country. He taught me that be proud of the black roots, be proud of the American history, and that the slavery is not obviously it was a bad event, but it's something to look at and to thrive off of. And like we were talking about earlier about that's an American story.
Absolutely.
Is the black culture and the slavery. And then my uncle, he's a successful businessman, and he told me that anything you can create, it can happen. There's obviously the Bible talks about destruction and creation, that we're made in the image of God. And God creates things, the devil destroys things. You pick a side, anything you want, you can create. And with that mindset, that victim mentality kind of goes away. And again, a lot of people don't know, when you're into Christianity and you're really big in the church, you kind of are conservative.
Oh, rough, dog. That one's tough. Okay, so
Truth.
I was like, I don't dare say anything. There's times you say something, I'm just like, ooh, give it a second. Just give it a second.
Glad he said it.
Hey, trigger warning.
Trigger
warning.
Yep.
You know, that's so funny. So, you know, for me, for years, and maybe it's because Los Angeles is so diverse and we are this melting pot, but I've had so many friends from so many backgrounds, and it's blown my mind how predominantly Democrat the black community has traditionally been in my entire youth and adult life.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you actually go to their homes and they invite you over, you know, and you have your friends on your basketball team or your soccer team or your Boy Scout troop, and you go over there, you know, you're like, well, okay, I know they just voted for the Democrat, but they're acting like a total conservative family.
Yeah.
Like, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
This isn't making sense to me, you
That's
know?
very true.
And you ain't black.
Oh, no.
Every poll shows me way ahead.
You ain't black.